Download your hometown radio station news at the iPhone App Store or on Google Play. I'm Chuck Larkin, the voice of Indiana County, WCCS, AM 1160 and 101.1 FM. News time is coming up on 9:35 as we take another look at morning sports with Todd Marino.
All right, Chuck, we're going to see if we can hook up with Jack Benedict. Jack, can you hear me?
I can. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. What's going on there in Columbus, Ohio?
Well, I'm sitting here at courtside watching practice, and that's IUP practice. Azusa Pacific just cleared here a little while ago. Each team has 55 minutes in which to practice. So we're at Ohio Dominican, and that's where the games will be played. This is a setting similar to the Memorial Fieldhouse. I guess capacity would be about 3,000, but it's very, very well set up. And we had to drive across town. I came over with the team. Where the team is located, we were probably takes us about 45 minutes, but there's a lot of traffic, and it's raining this morning. So here I am at the Elite Eight complaining.
Well, what else is new, huh?
Yeah, what else is new? Mr. Grumpy Pants is here for you.
All right, so Azusa has not had their practice yet, huh?
Yeah, they did. They practiced right before we did.
Are they available to watch? I mean, do people get to actually see them? It's all closed practices.
Everything is closed.
Yeah,
everything is closed except for the media. But I mean, from the standpoint of the other teams, no, they have 55 minutes set time. You know, one team clears out, the other team comes in. There's only one other team at our hotel. That's Drury out of Missouri, and they're undefeated, and they're at that location. And then others are at various hotels in the area. But the Elite Eight, it's set up so beautifully. And we're happy to be here in Columbus, Ohio, and to be back in the Elite Eight for second consecutive year. It's just tremendous.
What are you hearing from Coach and from some of the players about what they know of Azusa Pacific? I assume that as each day goes by, they get more information and they find out new tendencies and things about the other team.
Well, the thing that the Crimson Hawks are working on right now is against a 2-3 defense, because when you have four starters that are over 6 feet, I'd say you ought to play zone, and they have a shot blocker. She averages 3.5, 4 blocks a game. That's great, especially in women's basketball. And what the similarity is this: the family involvement with McConnell family for IUP and T.J. Hardiman for Azusa Pacific. He played for his father at Westmont High School in Santa Barbara. He had 3 other siblings who played at Westmont. So it's like the McConnell family against the Hardiman family in a pickup game at the Elite Eight.
Now, this is completely off the subject, but did anybody see the Duke game yesterday, and what sort of reaction did you have to all of that?
Well, we were listening. Tony and I were listening on the way down. Tony Kakanya and I. And it just goes to show you, before I left Indiana, I had the Iowa-Tennessee game on, and that goes to show you, even you have a 25-point lead, nothing's safe. And the Duke game, all I can picture, and again, I'm listening to the broadcaster, and he was very good. They were up, I think, they were up by 4, UCF was, and the ball went right through one of the players' hands. They turned it over. Duke comes down, scores. You can't make any mistakes against a team like Duke. So, and the other thing was, of course, the family implication of Johnny Dawkins and his son, and Johnny played for Coach K. Somebody always knows somebody.
Yeah, and that ball went through Johnny's son's hands. That's the guy that you're talking about.
Oh, yeah.
But he had a fantastic game. All right, so you and Mark and Tony, I assume, on the air tonight, correct? On 92.5 FM U92?
Yeah, we're going to be on with a special program for an hour tonight. Let me tell you what they'll do after they leave here. They have community involvement this afternoon. The coaches meet for the Elite Eight press conference at 4:15. There's a banquet at 6 o'clock. There's no rest when you're doing this type of stuff. And believe me, I'm not complaining. And the banquet is at 6 o'clock, and then we play the early game tomorrow at noon.
Yeah,
and we'll be on at 11 o'clock.
Might as well win it, and then you get all kinds of free time for the rest of the week.
One other thing, this is the third meeting between IUP and Azusa Pacific, but the first for the women. In 1974, the IUP men of Carl Davis won in the first round of the playoffs of the NAIA. And I will add that Randy Allen had a triple-double in that game. And then in 2015, Joe Lombardi's team won in the first round against Azusa Pacific. So it happened on the men's side. Let's see if we can continue it on the women's side.
Very good. Jack, thanks for joining us this morning. Appreciate it.
Okay, guys. Good to talk with you.
There's Jack Benedict live from Columbus, Ohio for IUP women's basketball. Now, let us get back to other items on our sports